Hey everybody, what is going on? My name is Raven. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Halloween Ends theory. Now this theory I did see the information on from the ScreenRant.com website. I will be linking the exact page in the description down below so you guys can kind of read the whole thing for yourself. Now, Halloween Ends is supposed to bring closure to the Laurie Strode saga. And according to this theory, the best way to do so is by killing both Michael Myers and Laurie. So with this movie, the older sequels never existed according to this timeline. Well, that means that this is a new timeline with Michael and Laurie. They're not siblings. Her daughter and son never existed and Laurie is still alive. Halloween is all about the return of Michael Myers to Haddonfield and him going after Laurie and her family, which is her daughter Karen and her granddaughter Allison. And Halloween Kills made some big changes to Michael and Laurie's story, leaving no other choice than their deaths in the final installment of the trilogy Halloween Ends. The Halloween franchise has gone back and forth with Laurie's story. She was killed between Halloween 2 and 4, The Return of Michael Myers, brought back in Halloween H2O 20 years later, killed again in Halloween Resurrection. With the reboot timeline being direct sequels to the first movie, Laurie was brought back, but now as a survivor who was never able to recover from the traumatic events of Halloween night 1978. Her preparation and search for revenge against Michael Myers has been at the core of the reboot timeline. So, even if the Halloween franchise is to continue beyond Halloween Ends, whether it's the same Strode women storyline or a different one, the movie has to bring some sort of closure. It's in the title, after all. Now, we all remember the last of the reboot series from 2018 that Laurie and Judy and Allison trap Michael Myers in Laurie's heavily guarded house, set it on fire, and run away, leaving him to die. But there's something that the Halloween franchise has clearly established is that Michael Myers is very hard to defeat. In Halloween Kills, it picks up a couple of minutes after the Halloween ends and sees the Strode women arriving at the hospital and Michael escaping the fire and returning to Haddonfield, where he continued on his killing spree and on his way to his family home. While Laurie recovered, fellow survivors Tommy Doyle, Lindsay Wallace, Marion Chambers, and Lonnie Elam led a mob to hunt him down. Just when it seems like the mob achieved its goal with the help of Karen, who lured Michael into their trap. I talked about that in the last video. Make sure you check that out as well. Allowing them to shoot, stab, and beat Michael Myers. But Michael Myers got his super strength back, and he killed everyone in the mob. But no mortal man could survive what Michael has gone through, which is interesting because now it makes it seem like he's supernatural. The more he transcends into something else, impossible to defeat, which is the way Laurie explained when the more he kills. So the more he kills, the more he transcends into something else, impossible to defeat. Laurie added that the curse of Michael is a fear he has seated in Haddonfield, and he can't be defeated with brute force. However, there will still be a way to defeat Michael Myers. And with Karen now supposedly dead as well, the reboot timeline is hinting that the only way for Michael to be killed is Laurie dying as well. Now, also, part of this is stating that the only way to make this end is for Laurie to sacrifice herself so that both her and Michael Myers would die. So that their boogeyman, quote-unquote, would be done after all these years. Now, that would also be a very good thing and a very bad thing. Now, as I mentioned before, Laurie has died multiple times throughout the entire franchise. From the movies that aren't considered canon anymore to the movies now that are considered a continuation from the very first Halloween. Now we've seen, like I said, we've seen Laurie die multiple times. So killing her so Michael can die in Halloween Ends would not only honor her as the franchise's final girl, but it's also a fitting end after everything she has gone through. Laurie's never got over her trauma and instead spent decades preparing and praying for Michael's return, and even trained Karen in the process, which led to her losing custody of Karen to begin with. Having Laurie sacrifice herself to kill Michael Myers would put an end to all that pain, and would give her a heroic death, as she would also be saving Allison and the rest of Haddonfield from the nightmare that is Michael Myers. What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload, which is pretty much every single day of the week. And I will see you all in the next video, whatever it may be. Bye!